Hi friends, how are you all going? I'm going to start doing my Heart Will Go On pouch with Kate in the Nest. Yesterday was when I uploaded the video of how my health's going, and today's Monday, so what I plan to do is a bit every day so I can get the video up for Saturday. So I'll just show you where I am so far. Oops, pin. I've used a bit of this beautiful old scarf that Lily had given me that she didn't want anymore, and Kate's got a bit of that in hers. So I have decided to do a large pouch. I've got this favourite, well, because it's My Heart Will Go On, I thought, oh, I'm just going to do the pink stuff. So this is a favourite bit of an old Sheridan linen bed sheet or quilt cover that ended up getting ripped, and I've folded it over. I haven't got anything on this side, on the inside. I just wanted to put one bit of something smooth in there, and I've done this little cross stitch over here. So when it's show ya up there, when it's over like that, you can actually see a few of the crosses on this side as well, and I really like that. I have put a bit of the pink on here. I've still got yet to find a trim for the side. I've pinned the sides, although I may unpin those. I just wanted to get an idea of how it was going to go. And I found this beautiful bit of lace with this flower on, not hearts, but I'm loving this pink, the pink theme. I've got another idea for the hearts. Haven't stitched either of the sides because I'm thinking I might end up undoing them and working flat. But for now, my dilemma now was, what do I do on the back? I mean, obviously there's more to go on the front. But what I found, I was going through my stash just before, I found this bit of silk that was from a friend. She donated me a whole heap of, actually about 3 great big garbage bags worth of lace, tablecloths, old clothes that all had things that I might be interested in. And I just thought, isn't that beautiful? I just think I'm going to use that for the whole back and then add embellishments. So I wanted to have something that sat just right up here, behind here. And I think that I have found the absolutely perfect piece. So I'm going to get that pinned down. So I hope everybody's well, and I'm going to progress on this as the week goes by. And I have an idea that I would like to find something that's going to run along the bottom here, both sides. So something like a nice trim. So that's it so far. I've got a chest of drawers which has about 3 different drawers in with different materials and stuff, and so it was interesting just to find different things in there. I hadn't actually emptied some of those out into the tub, the pink tub, so a bit of extra, which is good. Just going to do little tiny stitches, just secure that edge down and get rid of the pins. So along this edge up here, I was using a Steph Francis. That was a variegated. So I've done 3 layers of that, and it's given a nice kind of edging to the front of the pouch, or the, you know, the mouth of the pouch. And then I've used a bit of yellow Appletons. And when I had a bit of the yellow Appletons still left on, I started to stitch through this, and I really thought, oh, I quite like that. It's adding in a yellow. I love a bit of yellow, as you all know. So it's not going to be entirely pink, and obviously the back has got many colours. So there's sort of salmon, a bit more of a darker burgundy almost. There's sort of slightly oranges, but there's some blacks as well. Bit of blue. Love that flower. So I'm going to have to make sure when I get this down that it isn't too bobbly for when this folds over. So that's already looking a bit skewiff. But I will rectify that a bit later. Pin now. And also when I was just tore a bit off the edge, I've got some that I can use on the front here as well. I'm not going to use that on the bottom because I don't want it to clash with that or look like it's tacked on to that. I want something totally different. But I can, you know, might do it down here, or who knows? We'll wait and see. It's, as you know, it's always a process. I feel really quite, you know, sometimes when you're a bit of an introvert, you're sitting and you're doing all this stuff on your own, and to have a little bit of a crisis like I did, I just feel really grateful and really thankful and blessed for the people who sent me messages, said lovely things, and were really supportive. It's beautiful, really, really nice. A lot of older friends on Facebook when I made the post. Kind of made the post, I don't know why I made that post, but I did. I think sometimes you just need to bear witness to your own pain and let people know. And yeah, I was really quite surprised about the support. And also, you know, women are amazing. I just have to say that, because women will just drop everything and say, what can I do? You know, like a neighbour, can I bring you a meal? One of my cat sit people, can I bring you a meal? You know, like other people who do different modalities of different healing work. Can I send you something, a healing? Or, you know, it's like, it's so absolutely beautiful. So I'm just really, really grateful, really thankful for those people giving of their time. Someone said, Karen, thank you. Karen said to me, will you make videos and this brings some people joy? And I like to hear that too. You know, we all have to lift each other up, don't we? We have to support each other through the good and the bad. And anyway, that's my little rant for today. But I'm going to get on and do a bit of stitching, and I will come back over this week and hopefully have it all finished by Saturday. Okay, I'm back. Just want to get this side sewn down before I blanket stitch the join, and I'll show you what else I've been doing. I'm sewing this down because there's a bit of a gap here that I didn't like too much, and then I'll cut it back, but just wasn't quite sure how wide to make it. Now I'm just going to leave that loose for now while I work out the side. So I'm blanket stitching down this whole side. I was going to leave the edges loose, but mainly because I'd had an idea of what I was doing, but as I've added extra bits of material, it's made it so I can't do what I was going to do. So I better next month's pouch, maybe I'll plan a bit better and try to do well, it's a fresh idea. I don't think I've seen it done before, so I'm not going to talk about it now. I'll do it in the next one. And that'll only make sense in the next one. So let me show you where I've got to so far. So I'm going to blanket stitch all down the side. So you can see a bit here, a bit here. So I've ended up doing cantha stitch. So I've got the rows there that I might have already shown. And I've ended up cantha stitching all the way on the back piece, so that this is now fully cantha stitched, and it's got a lovely quilted kind of effect. I'm imagining, let's just stay on one train of thought for 1 minute. When this is flopped over, it has to have enough of a overhang, because I wanted to be able to see this, and I wanted to be able to see these little crosses. I may in fact add more things here, but I'm not sure just yet. Yeah, I kind of like that circular bit there. That just adds a bit of interest. I've still got this. I haven't done any new stuff to that. Haven't thought about what's going to come along the bottom here. But definitely that's how it'll be. So now that is like that, it was to about there. So I think I might trim this back a bit. I don't know if it rips. Oh, yep. Yep. Okay, that's good. Nice edge there to play with. Okay. And I'll be able to decide whether I'm looping this over. Lots of bits when I get nearer the end. It's not going to have much of a tuck over. I could just grab that pin. I could think about it, because I've got this little patch here that's from a silk pillowcase. So I'm going to continue on just getting this side seam done. It is looking a bit wibbly wobbly on the side now. I don't know how that's happened. It's ended up shaped a bit like that. Well, that's how it goes. And I have to still work on getting some heart motifs on it, and we'll come back soon. Okay, I've finished stitching down this side here and finished the blanket stitch. Just added a bit of lace here because roses, hearts and roses. And I just wanted to show something. I had folded a bit of card in half to make a template for a heart. I've also then cut out just a thinner one so I can pin it, but this one I can use to draw around. So Rachel had made a heart, and this is what I've used to make a heart for Juju's 80th birthday. I made it on this bit of beautiful old wool that I've got, and I've backed it with a bit of this upholstery fabric, and I'll just insert some photos here. So I have posted that up to Juju, and Sarah will give that to her. And So I've used that template and cut out a heart shape. I'm loving how this pouch is coming along during the week. It's getting there. And I really like giving myself permission to take my time with it and not hurry it, so that it has room to breathe and to be able to evolve over a little bit of time, not be rushed on one, you know, all in one day. So this is how the inside's looking. I do like on the inside that I've got a variety of tactile surfaces. So I've got the cantha stitch, but I've also got the blanket, well, it was a shawl. Okay, so I've got one heart on the back here. I can embellish that, of course, that'll probably happen. I'm thinking I might make a smaller template. I did actually have a whole pile of hearts. Maybe I can find them or look them out, but something more in this sort of a size. I think I'd like that. Okay, so I've got this quite a long bit of lace. It's pretty stained and old. I'm not quite sure where this came from. It doesn't smell like Deb's Dollhouse, but it's quite large, so I'm thinking I might have got it from Melanie. But it's just beautiful, and I'm thinking of putting a couple of bits of this along here. Something like that. Picking out a few bits. Like I really like this little bit of yellow that's running through this ribbon. But I have a couple of felt hearts that a friend of mine who's a felter had made. I've mentioned before that she gave me a whole heap of her mum's or her mother-in-law's old tablecloths and doilies and stuff, which are just stunning. I've got one that's just so beautiful. It's very, very, very delicate, and I do like to use it as a tablecloth, but it's so delicate I don't want to use it too often, but it comes out for something special. But she gave me a whole heap of just things like her own wall hangings that she'd made with stuff like her felted hearts. And I do want to put one of these on. Not quite sure. I think this one's just that little bit smaller, so that might be a nice one to have somewhere like that. It's always a work in progress, but I think that works. Quite like it. Something like that. Just love adding all these little bits and pieces on. This might have originally been like a curtain or something like that. It's just beautiful. There's this bit here. Or maybe it was at the reverse cycle art truck. Gosh, we do so many foraging things that we don't always remember. Yeah, so I also wanted to cover this bit down here, and I was going to use just a straight bit of some form of trim or something, but perhaps my pins are in the other room. Let me just put that there and see if I'm happy about that hanging down there at the bottom. I think that's hanging too low, so I'm not going to do that. What if I put it up this way? No. All right, I don't mind it there. The only thing I'm thinking is I actually do still want to put something under there, so I think I'm going to have to go and pin a bit more, source a little bit more material. I mean, I could also put this on the back as well, or in the middle of that heart even. Hang on, the other one. Maybe that one goes on this side. That one's there. Now I can feel that that's really puffy on that side. That's got this little bit. So what if this one's up here? It's definitely too big. I don't want to do it like that because it's, oh, actually, I was just going to say, because it's not all fully showing, but no, that won't work. I was going to say it's like a heart peeping out from behind the covers, but because this is going to fold over, that would fold the heart in half, so that's not a great idea. That could go there. I mean, I guess it could come up here. It's just that this side then is really bulky with the two, and this side is flatter. It's not gonna, I mean, it's not gonna show when it's closed, but however, oh, what about that? Like, it's like a little thing to help you open and shut it. Oh yeah, I like that. That's almost a little bit what my original idea was, that I couldn't end up, oh good, got some pins, couldn't end up making. This helps actually. This is a little bit more, so I'll only be able to stitch it to this line here, and then the rest is going to be hanging. Let me put a few more pins in this bit. That'll, I can do a sort of a, oh, I can get this much stitched across. Thanks, Louise. That's a beautiful heart. Let's pin these down. There we are. Loving this pouch. This is kind of a favourite so far, I think. Oh, I did like the puffer fish. That was funny. No, actually, no. I like them all for different reasons. I've used this wool to go around the heart here. I've got a bit of this pink. Might blend in. I might want a bit of contrast. I really did enjoy adding a little bit of this orange and this bright yellow. That's an Appleton's. And what else have I got to do? I also added down in here, the colour I've added is this really lovely apple green. So I've got another colour to play with that would work because it's in there. You can't really see the cantha along here, but if you do look closely, there's that green. I'm liking how this is matching into this material with this colour here. This seems a bit random, but I like it. In terms of, does it make sense? No, I just found it and it had pink dots. And that reminds me of my friend had made her partner a dress, and I see this and I think of the love people share and the kind things that people do, and I also think of both of those people. So that's a reminder. That's why that's there. That's why it's there. Now, what am I going to do here? Oh, that's a really good point. It's like a little Easter egg, that one, isn't it? What if I just fold it in half and see if I can get a heart out? This is actually, these aren't the best scissors to do this with, but I'll give it a go. bottom very rounded. Oh, cute little hearts. So there's another thing, cupcake pin cushion. Appropriate, doing a Kate in the Nest project and using a Kate in the Nest cupcake pincushion. Okay, so this is the point where I put on a lot of my little bits that I've found and trinkets and things, and what I need to do is stitch them down and give it a little bit of breathing space. So I'm going to go off and stitch all these bits down and then just give it the afternoon, the evening to breathe and see what I come up with for here. So I'll be back again. Okay, I have finished and I just wanted to go through it. I've put a little bit of this cute little trim here. I've got the heart put down. I found this, I had a skirt that had this on. It was like an Asian sort of skirt. It's got the flowers and little bits of sequins embroidered. I've added a little bit of filler just for that little blank space there. This reminds me of the jug that I did on the volume 7 of Roxy's. And this reminds me a bit of the heart that I just sent up to Juju because there's a bit of that on it. So the back, I've added some little flowers down here, add another trim. So I've got the trims along the bottom. And the only other thing is I've put the heart on the front, but I've put a button and I've put a bit of beautiful velvet as well because it's a bit passionate. My heart will go on, a bit of passion. So I really love this pouch. This is one of my favorites and I hope you enjoyed it too. This one's not flying the nest. I have got a tub of my pouches which hold all the things that are used for either that project. So for instance, my midnight pouch has got all of the dyed bits and pieces that I did in that dark smoky grey, and I don't know what's going in this one, but maybe this, who knows, we'll find out. So thank you for being here. I hope you're enjoying this pouch and I'm looking forward to whatever comes next. I'm sure by the time this video is up on Saturday, Kate may have either already said what the next pouch prompt is for June, or she will be by, I guess, by tomorrow, Sunday. So thank you for being here and yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.